1.
God bless you and welcome to the Washington State Jurisdiction's 40th Annual Women's Convention. Our jurisdictional supervisor is Mother Gertrude Young, and our jurisdictional prelay is Bishop T.L. Westbrook. The theme for this 40th Annual Women's Convention is Women of God, endowed with wisdom and committed to excellence. What an outstanding theme we have this year. This theme really sets the groundwork for the work that we have to do in this Women's Convention, for the work that we have to do as women of God, raising the bar of where we used to be to where we need to be in God. This Women's Convention is starting off with a dynamic 72-hour chain of prayer. Thank God for prayer. We know that when prayer precedes things, God will do abundantly and exceedingly more than we can ever ask or think. And we are thanking God for the 72-hour chain of prayer. As we conclude the prayer, we move directly Monday, April 25th, into our solemn assembly setting that Monday morning. Solemn assembly is the gathering time for the women of God to present ourselves a living testament unto God, a clean vessel, consecrating ourselves unto Him, so that God will usher in His presence during this Women's Convention. And then we have our first morning manna of the convention, which is the Word of God being given to us from on high by one of the outstanding superintendents of this jurisdiction. We know God is a God of all times. God is a God in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon. And when we set the tone in the morning, God will meet us that day, and He'll meet us throughout the rest of the week. And so we're thanking God that morning manna is a set precedent for every day of the convention. So God will set the tone as to what we do and where we go in this convention, keeping God first and foremost in our lives. In the evening, on Monday evening, will be our musical for the Women's Convention. The musical will convene at 7 p.m. at St. Paul Ministries in Renton, Washington. The address is 504 South 3rd Street in Renton, Washington. We again are looking for God to meet us mightily. These musicals have been second to none, and we know God will continue to bless us in this endeavor. Tuesday morning, we start out at 8 a.m. with our prayer breakfast. Oh my God, what a phenomenal time we have in the Lord. Our prayer breakfasts at these women's conventions have just been phenomenal. God has met us mightily. Not only is the food good, saints, but when God comes in with the different ones that come up to pray us into this women's convention, and the people that are at the prayer breakfast, bringing us the Word of God, bringing us the word of life, it sets the tone for what we have to look forward to in this women's convention. Now, I don't want to leave out the men. I'm talking a lot about women, but this does not leave out the men. Men of God, men everywhere, we want to invite you to fellowship with us during this 40th annual Women's Convention. We have a session in the Women's Convention which is called The Man's Point of View. The man's point of view focuses in on your perspective on our theme, Women of God, endowed with wisdom and committed to excellence. We're asking that you men join us Tuesday through Friday during the day setting to lend your perspective on this theme as well, so that God will bless us through your ministry as well. Now, Tuesday evening, we are looking for the pivotal point of this convention, in that we will be hearing the voice of our president, Mother Gertrude Young. Mother Young will be bringing us the Word of God that evening. And we are asking God to anoint her, to bless her, to bring us what God has given her. We're asking all women to wear white in the day and evening setting. God bless Mother Young. Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, we have two outstanding workshop teachers and facilitators to bring to you real-time, real-life subject matter that will be a blessing to your soul. This is the teaching and learning aspect of the Women's Convention. This is the training component to help us live better lives, to have the questions that were coming into the convention answered, so that we can leave the convention with the tools necessary to live a successful life. Wednesday and Thursday evening, we are honored to be blessed to have Evangelist Elaine Bronson from the state of Nevada, who will be bringing us the Word of God. An outstanding woman of God coming to Washington State to share what God has given her with the people of God here. We are asking God's blessing upon her as well, that souls will be saved and that people will come to the altar claiming God to be their all in all. Friday is the last day of the convention, and that evening we will be hearing from our jurisdictional prelate, Bishop T.L. Westbrook. That evening he will be bringing us the word of truth. He will be speaking to us from his heart the word of God. And we are asking God's blessings upon him as well. Saints of God, this is a women's convention never seen before. And the success of the women's convention is the participation of bringing and ushering in God's presence into this setting. Now, Saturday will be the conclusion of the whole matter. April 30th at 6 p.m. Tacoma, Washington, at the La Quinta Inn, we will have an outstanding banquet where we're asking the saints of God to come in your formal wear, your formal attire, your after five, men, your tuxedos, and we're asking you to come and fellowship with us. Our banquets are anointed. Our banquets are full of joy and illumination of God's Spirit. We're thanking you again. We're welcoming you one more time to the Women's Convention of the Washington State Jurisdiction 40th Annual Women's Convention. God bless you.